Hello, and welcome to Frederik Today. I'm Frederik Van Lierde, your host. Leadership. It's a big word, right? Often, it's tied to expertise, knowledge, and being the person with all the answers. But let's face it, what happens when you're not the expert in the room? Do you fake it, step back, and let others take charge? Or maybe you're just feeling the imposter syndrome creeping in. Today, we'll dive deep into this challenge and uncover how you can lead effectively, or even when your technical know-how isn't on par with your team. Make sure to check the description for the different sections we'll discuss. You can jump to your favorite part or listen all the way through. Either way, I promise, this episode is packed with actionable insights. Let's start with a big mindset shift. Many people think leadership means being the smartest person in the room. Newsflash, it doesn't. Great leaders like Warren Buffett have built their success not on knowing every detail, but by guiding others who do. Warren Buffett is a classic example. He runs one of the most successful companies in the world, yet he doesn't manage the day-to-day operations of the businesses he invests in. Instead, he focuses on strategy, empowering the experts around him to do what they do best. So here's the first takeaway. As a leader, your job isn't to be the hero, it's to be the guide. Shift your mindset from "I need to know everything" to "I need to enable my team to thrive." Alright, so you're the guide, but how do you guide when you're not the expert? It starts with asking great questions. This isn't about interrogating your team, it's about being curious and open-minded. Take Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. When Microsoft was transitioning to cloud computing, Nadella didn't have all the answers. But he asked the right questions that encouraged his team to think critically and explore new paths. Here's a simple trick for you. Instead of asking, "Is this the right approach?" try, "What options have we explored, and why is this the best one?" It's subtle, but it shifts the focus to critical thinking and encourages ownership. Now let's talk about trust. Nothing, and I mean nothing, undermines leadership faster than pretending to know what you don't. Your team will see through it, and you'll lose credibility. Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks, is a master of authenticity. He's open about his journey, his challenges and his failures. This honesty builds trust, and when trust exists, the team operates at its best. So here's a quick practice. Be upfront about your knowledge gaps. For example, you could say, "This isn't my area of expertise, but I trust you to guide us. Let me know what I need to understand to support you." It's a simple, yet powerful way to build trust and show respect for your team's expertise. Delegation is another big one, and let me be clear, delegation doesn't mean dumping tasks and walking away. It's about empowering your team while staying connected to the outcome. Elon Musk is a great example here. At Tesla and SpaceX, he delegates a lot, but he stays deeply involved in the vision and the big decisions. His teams have autonomy, but they know he's always there to provide direction when needed. If you're struggling with this, try setting clear boundaries. For example, you can say, "You have full autonomy to explore solutions, but I'll need to sign off on the final recommendation." That way, your team feels empowered, but the accountability stays with you. Here's a fun one. Relationships. Let's be honest, when you're not the expert, relationships are your safety net. They encourage open communication and make it easier for your team to share concerns, collaborate, and innovate. Richard Branson is my go-to example here. He's known for building strong personal connections with his team, creating a culture of trust and respect. So take time to know your team. And I don't mean just their work. Ask about their goals, motivations, and challenges. A quick one-on-one conversation can do wonders for morale and productivity. Now zooming out a bit, your team is in the weeds, handling the details. But you're the big picture thinker. That's your value. Jeff Bezos built Amazon by staying laser-focused on its mission to be the most customer-centric company in the world. He let his teams innovate on logistics, cloud computing, and more, but always tied their work back to that central goal. So every once in a while, connect the dots for your team. For example, you might say, "This solution aligns with our broader goal to improve customer satisfaction by reducing downtime." It keeps everyone motivated and aligned. Now, let's talk about continuous learning. Jack Ma of Alibaba is famous for his willingness to learn, even in areas he's not an expert. He once said, If I can't make it work, I'll learn how to. That mindset is infectious. Participate in team workshops, listen to their debates, and ask questions. When your team sees you learning alongside them, it promotes a culture where everyone wants to grow and improve. Finally, let's touch on celebrating both successes and failures. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, talks about how her father encouraged her to share failures at the dinner table. That mindset became part of her company's DNA. In your team, recognize the effort behind every project, even if it didn't go as planned. For example, after a challenging project, you might say, "This didn't work out as we hoped, but the lessons we've learned are invaluable. Great job identifying what we can improve next time." There you have it. Leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about enabling your team to shine. Whether it's shifting your mindset, asking better questions, or building trust through authenticity, these are tools you can use starting today. Thanks for tuning in to Frederik Today. Don't forget to check the description for the sections we discussed and jump to the part that resonates most with you. And if you enjoyed this episode, share it with a fellow leader who could use some inspiration. Until next time, I'm Frederik Van Lierde. Stay curious, stay authentic, and keep leading with purpose.